I wore out my shoes in that wrong way to run. I blistered my skin working hard in the sun. Supper's almost over and I done cleaned my plate.
Might want to know. This is just a standard 30-round magazine. Pretty simple. With just the 62 grain federal ammunition, green tip as we called it in the military. These are civilian tracers, the American Eagle Tactical Tracer XM856. These are pretty simple little rounds. Basically, if you've never seen a tracer, if you watch the movies, those are those green or red things that light up in the sky that go out from a gun. They don't naturally do that. You have to have the tracers in them. You'll see that more in machine guns. But they do make them for putting in regular semi-automatic or bolt-action rifles. A lot of people just use them for fun because they're fun to shoot. One of the applications to do that is, I'm an old school guy, so with my magazines, I like to only put 28 rounds in them. Some of the newer ones, the PMags and everything like that, they say that they can put 30 rounds. The reason was that in a lot of the older magazines, as you can see, the followers kind of pop down, and that the springs, they just basically, if you had 30 rounds in it, it could get caught up, and it was too much tension on the springs, and that you wouldn't be able to effectively use your whole magazine. So to reduce that, I don't know if that was actually anywhere proven, but you know, a superstition is in the military. 28 rounds was usually all that you'd put in there, so that you'd have a little bit of that less tension on the springs. But what we would do is you'd take one or two tracers and you'd put that at the bottom, the last two rounds. Other people had different methods. They'd have 4 rounds, 2 tracers, and then the rest of their ammunition. I always just put them at the very end. And why would you do that? So that you knew when you were firing, because a lot of times in the heat of the moment, you would not hear, your ears would be ringing from all the firing and everything like that, and you'd be pretty pumped up, that you wouldn't notice that you were out of bullets until the next thing you did was pull the trigger and there's nothing there. Tracers, you know, they will still hit and cause damage, so it's not like a paintball round or anything like that. But what that would do is that would signal to you to change magazines. You'd be firing, tracer, okay, I'm out of ammo, pop, done. Some people, like I said, they would have 2 tracers or 1 tracer and then 2 rounds after that, just so that they would know, okay, I only got 2 rounds left. The reason you'd have 2 tracers in there is sometimes tracers don't always light. It does happen on occasion, but it's just that redundancy. If you have 2, you're definitely going to see one. But I picked these up at the Sportsman's Warehouse. I can't remember how much for. I think they were like $12 or so, a box of 20. You don't need a lot unless you just want to shoot them for fun. If you think of that, you know, there's 20 rounds in here. That's enough for 10 magazines. And I bought a few extra. But that's just a few little tips that I have for you for filling your magazines. So, anyways, thanks for watching. Great Northern Prepper is out.
Laid back one, and I've been one so long. I ain't perfect, you can tell by my songs. Brothers, forgive me for all of my wrongs. The good Lord, He's calling, and it's time to go